Let's start with a truth that will shake you. Getting rich isn't hard. It's not reserved for the lucky few or the people born into wealth. It's not about luck. It's about mindset, discipline, and action. The problem is, most people want to be rich, but very few are willing to do what it takes. You see, it's not hard to get rich. It's hard to stay consistent, to stay patient, and to think differently when everyone around you is thinking small. We live in a world where opportunities are everywhere. You can build a business from your bedroom. You can learn any skill online for free. You can turn your phone into a money machine if you stop using it to waste time and start using it to create value. The tools to get rich have never been more available, but the mindset to use them is what's missing. The first key to wealth is belief. If you don't believe you can get rich, you never will. Your mind will block every path, every idea, every opportunity. The truth is, you can't attract what you don't believe you deserve. Wealth starts inside you, not in your bank account. You have to see yourself as someone capable of abundance. You have to stop saying, "I can't afford that," and start asking, "How can I afford that?" That one question changes everything. The second key is value creation. Money is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about solving problems. If you can solve problems for people, you'll never be broke. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. So ask yourself, what problem can I solve? What skill can I develop that the world needs? That's the real currency value. The third key is consistency. Everyone wants quick results. Everyone wants to be rich by Friday. But wealth doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency. A small step, repeated daily, compounds into massive success. The habits you build today will determine your income tomorrow. Save a little, invest a little, learn a little, grow a little every day. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting, but it's powerful. The fourth key is discipline. Most people lose not because they don't know what to do, but because they won't do it long enough. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and wealth. It's waking up early when you don't feel like it. It's saying no to useless distractions. It's staying focused when everyone else is comfortable being average. If you master discipline, you'll master wealth. The fifth key is financial intelligence. You can't keep what you don't understand. Too many people earn money, but never learn how to manage it. Wealthy people think differently. They make their money work for them. They invest. They create assets. They don't chase money. They build systems that bring it in even while they sleep. Let's be real. It's easy to get rich when you think rich. It's easy to get rich when you act rich in discipline, not in spending. The hardest part is not earning money. It's changing your habits, changing your beliefs, changing your circle. Because if you're surrounded by people who only talk about weekends, gossip, and excuses, you're going to stay broke. But if you surround yourself with people who talk about goals, growth, and greatness, you're going to rise. So today, stop saying one day. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time was yesterday. Start where you are with what you have and who you are. Build your mindset before your empire, because the mind is the foundation of wealth. Remember, it's not money that changes you. It's mindset that attracts money. Wealth isn't built in a day, but every day you can build the habits that lead to it. Getting rich is easy. If you think right, work smart, and stay consistent, the path is open to everyone, but only those who commit to walking it every single day will reach the top. Because at the end of the day, wealth isn't about what's in your pocket. It's about what's in your mind. Change your thoughts, and you'll change your world. Believe it, live it, and soon you'll see. It really is so easy to get rich. That's the secret the world rarely talks about. Everyone chases quick success, the viral moment, the big break, the instant result. But the truth is, fortune doesn't come to those who start strong and fade fast. It comes to those who keep showing up long after the excitement is gone. Wealth doesn't come from intensity, it comes from consistency. From doing the right thing every day, even when no one is watching, even when progress seems invisible. Think about it. A single workout won't make you fit. A single investment won't make you rich. A single day of discipline won't change your life. But what happens when you do it every day? When you wake up every morning and commit to getting a little better, to learning something new, to pushing your limits just a bit more. That's when transformation begins. That's when momentum builds. That's when fortune finds you. The biggest mistake people make is thinking success comes from a single massive effort. They think one idea, one risk, one lucky break will change everything. But fortune is never built overnight. It's built over time. It's built in the quiet hours when no one is clapping for you, when no one believes in you yet. It's built in the moments you choose discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, persistence over quitting. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not loud. It's not exciting. It's boring, repetitive, and often thankless. But it's the foundation of greatness. Every empire was built brick by brick, day by day, with small actions that compounded over time. The people who look unstoppable today are the ones who kept doing small, ordinary things long enough to achieve extraordinary results. When you stay consistent, you activate the power of compound growth, not just in money, but in mindset, skill, and confidence. Every day you stay committed, your work compounds. Every time you learn something new, that knowledge stacks on what you already know. Every time you show up when others quit, you separate yourself from the average. That's how fortunes are made, not by speed, but by endurance. The truth is, most people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they stop too soon. They lose faith when results don't come fast enough. They compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. But consistency teaches patience. It teaches faith in the process. It builds resilience. The kind that can outlast failure, rejection, and doubt. If you want to build wealth, learn to play the long game. Be consistent with your goals, your learning, your saving, your investing. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to do something every day. One step at a time, because success is not about how fast you move. It's about how long you can keep moving in the right direction. Think of the most successful people in history. They weren't lucky, they were consistent. They woke up early, practiced daily, failed often, but kept going. They knew that small progress every day eventually leads to big wins. They didn't wait for motivation, they built discipline. They didn't wait for opportunity, they created it through repetition. That's what consistency does. It turns ordinary effort into unstoppable momentum. Even when it comes to money, the principle is the same. Save a little every day, invest a little every month, learn a little every week. Over time, those little actions grow into something massive. That's how people get rich, through consistent habits, not overnight miracles. You can't control how fast results come, but you can control how consistent you are. Consistency also builds trust in yourself and from others. When you keep showing up, people begin to believe in you. Opportunities start to open. You start to believe in your own ability to follow through. That self-trust becomes a powerful asset, one that money can't buy. Every time you repeat an action, you reinforce your identity. You start to see yourself as the kind of person who follows through, who doesn't quit, who deserves success. And that's where fortune truly begins, not in your wallet, but in your habits. Wealth is just a reflection of who you become through consistent effort. So, if you want to change your life, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop restarting every time things get hard. Just stay consistent. Stick to your goals, even when progress feels slow. Because the ones who stay consistent will always surpass those who start fast and fade away. Fortune belongs to the steady, not the speedy. To those who keep their focus when others get distracted. To those who keep building when others stop believing. To those who keep moving forward, one step at a time, day after day, no matter what. Remember this, it's not talent, luck, or genius that creates wealth. It's persistence, it's patience, it's consistency. The small, quiet actions you repeat every single day will eventually speak louder than your biggest dreams. Stay consistent, keep showing up, and one day, you'll wake up living the fortune you built, not through luck, but through relentless consistency. Because in the end, consistency doesn't just create fortune. It is the fortune. In the pursuit of wealth, many people make the same mistake. They equate hard work with financial success. They believe that if they just work longer hours, push harder, and sacrifice more, money will come pouring in. But the truth is, working hard doesn't automatically make you rich. If effort alone created wealth, every construction worker, every cleaner, every laborer would be a millionaire. The world doesn't reward you for how hard you work. It rewards you for the value you bring. Wealth doesn't flow to sweat. It flows to solutions. Value over labor is the principle that separates the wealthy from the ordinary. Think about it. Two people can work the same number of hours, but one earns 100 times more. Why? Because one person's work creates more impact, more results, and solves bigger problems. The moment you understand this, your entire perspective on success changes. You stop chasing hours and start chasing impact. You stop asking, how can I work more? And start asking, how can I do work that matters? Look around you. Every wealthy person in the world has one thing in common. They've mastered the art of value creation. They've found a way to make life easier, faster, or better for others. Jeff Bezos didn't just sell books. He created convenience. Elon Musk didn't just build cars. He revolutionized transportation. Even at smaller scales, the principle is the same. The people who rise in any industry are those who solve problems others can't or won't. When you focus on labor, you exchange time for money. But when you focus on value, you build something that pays you even when you're not working. That's the difference between being busy and being productive. Business looks like effort. Productivity creates results. The goal is not to work harder, but to make your work worth more. Learn skills that multiply your impact. Develop expertise that others depend on. Create systems that work while you rest. That's how real wealth is built, not by grinding endlessly, but by thinking differently. You see, the world doesn't pay for effort. It pays for effectiveness. A brain surgeon and a janitor both work hard, but the surgeon earns more because the skill is rare, the risk is higher, and the value provided is immense. The lesson isn't to look down on hard work. It's to elevate the kind of work you do. Never stop learning. Never stop improving your ability to solve meaningful problems. Because every time you upgrade your skills, you upgrade your income. If you want to get rich, stop saying, I need more hours, and start asking, how can I make 1 hour worth more? Learn something that others find difficult. Master a skill that's in demand. Build something that saves people time or money. The higher the value you create, the more you earn. It's that simple. There's another truth that many ignore. Value doesn't always mean invention. You don't need to create something entirely new to build wealth. You can take something that exists and make it better, faster, simpler, or more accessible. Innovation isn't always about new ideas. Sometimes it's about new execution. You can become rich by improving what already works, by filling a gap others overlook. And here's the secret. When you shift your focus to value, money becomes a byproduct, not the goal. You stop chasing dollars and start chasing excellence. You stop counting paychecks and start counting people impacted. That's when wealth becomes effortless, because you're no longer working for money. Money is working for you. The richer your ideas, your skills, your contribution, the richer your life becomes. The poor mindset says, how much can I earn per hour? The wealthy mindset says, how much value can I create per day? It's a mental shift that changes everything. The more you help, the more you earn. The more you innovate, the more you grow. And the more you give, the more life gives back. So if you want to build real wealth, stop glorifying labor and start mastering value. Invest your time not in working harder, but in thinking smarter. Read books that expand your vision. Surround yourself with people who challenge your ideas. Seek mentors who've already walked the path of success. Every step you take toward value creation is a step away from financial struggle. Remember this: the marketplace doesn't care about your effort, it cares about your results. If you can bring more results, you can write your own paycheck. The richest people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones who understood this simple truth. Value rules everything. At the end of the day, your income is a reflection of your impact. The more lives you touch, the more problems you solve, the more doors you open. The richer you'll become, not just in wealth, but in purpose and fulfillment. Stop selling your time. Start selling your value, because that's where the real riches are, not in your labor, but in the value you bring to the world. Wealth begins in the mind. Long before money fills your pockets, it first fills your thoughts. Every empire, every success story, every self-made millionaire started with a belief that they could do it. That belief became the seed from which their success grew. You see, most people think wealth starts with opportunity, with luck, or with connections. But that's not true. Wealth starts with mindset, with a mental shift from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from I can't to I will. If your mind is filled with doubt, no amount of money will ever keep you rich. But if your mind is filled with vision, no amount of failure will ever keep you poor. The richest people on earth weren't born knowing how to make money. They were born like everyone else, but they trained their minds to think differently. They learned that money is simply a reward for the value you bring, the problems you solve, and the discipline you maintain. The truth is, the poor and the rich are not separated by luck. They're separated by mindset. A poor mindset says, I can't afford that. A rich mindset asks, how can I afford that? That single question changes everything. One mindset kills creativity, the other unlocks it. One closes the door to opportunity, the other breaks it wide open. When you begin to think like someone who is capable of abundance, your brain starts finding ways to create it. You start noticing opportunities that were invisible before. Wealth is not about having money. It's about creating value. And value begins with ideas. Every product, every business, every innovation started as a thought in someone's mind. But here's the truth. Most people never trust their own ideas. They talk themselves out of success before they even begin. They say things like, "It's too risky," or "I'm not smart enough," or "I'll never make it." Those thoughts are what keep them broke, not their job, not their environment, not their circumstances, but their belief that they're not capable of more. You can give a poor thinker $1 million and they'll lose it within a year. But you can give a rich thinker nothing and they'll find a way to build an empire. Why? Because mindset shapes destiny. Your outer world will always mirror your inner world. If your thoughts are filled with limitations, your life will reflect them. But if your thoughts are filled with possibilities, your life will expand to match them. The problem is that most people have been trained to think small. From a young age, we're told to play it safe, follow the rules, and settle for average. We're taught to fear failure and avoid risk. But the truth is, wealth demands courage. It requires the willingness to step into the unknown, to believe in yourself, even when no one else does. It requires the kind of faith that says, "I may not be there yet, but I'm on my way." You can't build wealth with a survival mindset. You can't attract abundance while living in fear. To change your financial life, you have to first change your mental language. Stop saying, "I can't." Stop saying, "It's impossible." Start saying, "I can learn, I can grow, I can achieve." Every time you speak, you're programming your future. Your words are the seeds of your destiny. Speak abundance, and you'll begin to see it. Speak limitation, and you'll live it. Wealth is a habit of thought. The mind that focuses on growth will always find ways to expand. The person who constantly learns, adapts, and evolves will never remain stuck. That's why true wealth builders are obsessed with personal growth. They read, they study, they surround themselves with people who think bigger. Because they understand, if you put a rich man in a poor situation, he'll find a way out. But if you put a poor thinker in a rich situation, he'll find a way to lose it all. The mind is your greatest investment. The more you feed it with knowledge, positivity, and vision, the richer your life becomes. Don't let negativity rent space in your mind. Don't let fear guide your decisions. The moment you decide to think abundantly, your world begins to shift. New ideas appear. Confidence grows. And opportunities start to find you because your energy changes. Wealth begins in the mind, not in your wallet, not in your job, not in your background. It begins when you believe you are capable of more. It begins when you stop blaming circumstances and start building solutions. It begins when you understand that the greatest currency in the world is not money, but mindset. So, think bigger. Dream louder. Believe stronger. Because the moment your mind expands to the idea of abundance, your life will follow. The power to get rich isn't out there. It's already inside you. You just have to awaken it, nurture it, and let it guide you. When your mind becomes rich, the rest of your life has no choice but to catch up.